I want to know, what is your favorite thing about Dan Maddox?
He's the founder of Payroll Org.
So for me, my favorite thing about Dan is he sees potential in people he meets before they see it in themselves, myself included. So I really feel like not only does he see that potential on a professional basis, but he also sees it on a personal basis, and he really encourages you, whether you realize it or not. He encourages you to grow and to reach that potential. And he instills that in the people that he surrounds himself with at Payo as well. Um, and hopefully now that I'm part of the, I'll call us the old guard that have been around a while. Hopefully he's instilled that in us as well, so that we're able to continue to identify that potential in other payroll professionals or other people even in our own organizations, and help them grow and reach that potential.
What is one of the most interesting things about Dan Maddox that most members would not know?
I'm gonna throw this out there because our 50th Congress is coming up in 2032, and people may be a little shocked that we're coming to Kansas City for Congress. And part of the reason for that is with it being our 50th Congress, Dan really wanted something that meant something to him, and Dan grew up in Kansas City.
I did not know that.
Yes.
And I always thought he was a New Yorker because he spent so much time in New York.
Yeah. I think you said coat.
Coat, jacket.
Jacket.
Yes. Sports coat. Yes.
So he has some really cool ones. He had one that was, I don't remember if it was snake skin or it appeared to be snake skin.
Yes.
He liked that one. He also had one a couple years ago that was made of feathers.
That's the one that I list as my number one.
Yeah. But he has some snazzy out suits that it's just amazing to me how he finds them or has someone design them for. I don't know if he has someone design them for him, but
I actually know where they come from.
Okay.
They come from a particular store in France.
It's just amazing to me how he can match the theme of Congress with his suit. I could go on and on about his artistic taste and everything. He's a very unique individual in that he has that artistic side of his brain, but he also has that business side of the brain that is so unusual that I wish that it could be something that could be taught or learned at the level that he is at.
What was it like to get Payroll Person of the Year?
It's very humbling. It's such an honor. Particularly, so to go back a little bit, my very first Congress was, I don't remember if it was 2003 or 2004. It was in Nashville. And a lot of people, particularly in the payroll world, do not see this in me, but I am an introvert at my core. I just hang back. I tend to be the wallflower, just kind of observe those types of things. And I still remember after closing general session, I walked up to him, introduced myself, and said, "Hi, Dan, I'm Jodi Parsons, and one day I will be your president." And I remember him graciously, saying hi and just having a little bit of conversation with me. And then I turned around and walked away, and I thought to myself, who are you and what did you just do? Because I was like, I probably look like a crazy person. But that's how inspired I was by being at the conference, as well as seeing how everyone at the conference connected with one another, that I wanted to be part of it. So that was always my goal, to be president. But at the same time, I remember when I was named Payroll Woman of the Year, that was in Minneapolis. Um, I was lucky enough that my mom had decided to attend with me that year, so she got to see it as well. But I just remember being in shock.
When does it hit you? Because they're reading a description.
You usually, particularly when I think we all of us start out by saying, you sit there and you're like, okay, I'm going to try and figure out who this is. And then things start narrowing down and you're like, wait, that's too close to home. And then when you say it, you're just in disbelief. And then being at several conferences, as you're walking up, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to come up with something to say. But the good thing about it is, since it is a surprise, you're speaking from the heart and you're telling people what they need to know about the organization, and it's not prepared. It's totally off the cuff, and it's coming from the heart, which is amazing. Um so that's, that one particularly. I also remember when I got the phone call about, you know, talking about, we think it's your time to think about applying to be president and submitting an application, and still a little bit of shock, but then being like, oh, this is what what Dan and the rest of the organization has been grooming me for, or preparing me for, and just wanting to be able to give back to the organization at that level, as well as the others that come behind me, um, and inspire them the way that other presidents and other payroll women of the year and payroll men of the year have inspired me.
So this plays off of Bill's question earlier, what's next? And it's a little different. Do you see yourself, even after retirement, that this is an organization you would continue to participate in?
Absolutely. And uh I think whether that be continuing, so right now I serve as the organization's board secretary. So whether that be in that position for a long time, or whether it just be speaking, or or even just continuing to attend conferences and just being there with my fellow payroll professionals that have become my friends, and many of them are like family to me. So you see it when you go to Congress, how many people that have stepped away from their payroll roles that do continue to stay involved, even if it's only coming to Congress. Or I remember, I think it was in Orlando. I don't know if you remember Dennis Delinowitz. He was
I
very
do. I
involved
know
with,
Dennis well.
yeah,
Yes.
he was very involved with APA at the time, now PAYO. And it just so happened that he and his wife were on vacation in Orlando or wherever the conference was, and they made an effort to come stop in just so that they could see everyone that they had connected with through all of his years at in the organization. And so I hope that when I get to the point that I'm no longer actively a payroll professional, that I will still want to go do those things. I can't imagine not wanting to do that, but not only wanting to be able, but being able to go
Yeah.
join in the activities and the fun and the connections that I've made.